It's the early 1970s and Porsche is riding high. A joint partnership with Volkswagen has produced the 914, one of the best-selling affordable sports cars on the market. This project is going so well, in fact, that Volkswagen commissioned Porsche to engineer a follow-up. But not everything went as planned. Ever since the 1940s, Volkswagen had borrowed from Porsche's abilities to engineer sports cars. With the VW-Porsche joint-developed 914 being such a success, its upcoming successor, the 924, was aimed to be the water-cooled way forward for the two to share. The economic malaise of the mid-1970s, however, forced Volkswagen to consider the cheaper-to-build Scirocco design instead, based on its Golf architecture. With Volkswagen backing out of the 914 project and scrapping the 924 project before it could even get off the ground, Porsche no longer had a sub-entry-level 911 model. It had spent all of its engineering efforts on this project with Volkswagen and needed something to show for it. Porsche acquired sole control of the project for around $125 million and decided to market and sell the car solo. Because the car was designed as a replacement for the 914, it cribbed many of its parts from existing Volkswagen and Audi sources to keep the price as low as possible. The 4-speed manual transaxle was taken from the front-wheel drive Audi 100 and mounted in the back of the car to power the rear wheels. The 95 horsepower engine was plucked directly from Volkswagen's LT series of delivery vans. The front suspension used off-the-shelf Mark I Golf control arms and struts. The rear trailing arm suspension was taken from the Beetle almost in its entirety. The 924 was introduced in 1976 and stayed in production through 1988. In 1983, Porsche evolved the concept into the 944 with fender flares and a more powerful engine, and it eventually spawned the 968. This series, known as the transaxle cars, became the most successful Porsche model in history, with over 250,000 units sold altogether, until it was surpassed by the Boxster in the early 2000s. That original 1976 chassis design survived 20 model years, finally ending in 1995. Volkswagen didn't know what it had until it was gone. With Porsche engineering behind it, the 924 wasn't fast, but it offered an incredible driving experience, considered among the best sports cars of its day. Despite being cobbled together from VW and Audi bits, the Porsche 924 drives better than anything either company was building at the time. If ever there were a case for a car being better than the sum of its parts, the 924 is exactly that.